mean, like, and I'll just look and it'll just pop up. You know what I mean? It's just weird. And it, like I said, it doesn't, once you start to see it, then you'll start to notice and then you'll start to realize. But totally did that with you guys. And I did see your little blurb about the 217 angel numbers. So yeah, it's cool though.
Yeah. The angel number is like, because it was the room that I was in last time I was in treatment, and
yeah.
the talks that we would have in that room, and the things I was trying to learn in that room, I was trying to be more spiritual, and,
right? You
know, just helping others, and
right.
like finding myself, and like,
right.
oh, that's what 217 means, pretty
right.
much, you know. And then it's just like,
yeah,
whoa, like I don't know, I was like, oh my gosh,
yeah, but the premise is so like you pulled that number. I mean, yes, it was your room, but you know what I mean? You didn't know all that before.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, so that's the whole basis with angel numbers is like you're really not aware of it. And then, yeah, you do something like that. And then you find out it's exactly, you know. And for me, things are right on. It's freaky sometimes. It's scary. But it just depends on your disposition and your faith and your belief. You know what I mean? You have to be open to it, you know?
Yeah, and being open to it, going back to the being in a mood and finding a
mm-hmm.
feather.
Mm-hmm.
And some people could say, oh, yeah,
right.
it's just a stupid bird. It lost
right.
a feather, big whooping deal.
Mm-hmm.
And you could have done that too, and you could have continued to be in a pissy mood and a pissy
mm-hmm.
day, and who knows.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, you flipped it to something positive. So,
mm-hmm.
you know, when they say, well, whatever works for you, just
mm-hmm.
keep doing it. And
yeah,
that's a prime example of it. Like
mm-hmm.
you could have turned that day into something worse, but you didn't. You turned it into something positive, something
mm-hmm.
that gave you hope, something that made you feel good spiritually.
Yeah, and hang on a little bit tight, a little bit longer for, you know, a little bit tighter for a little bit longer, mm-hmm. basically. Yeah.
Sometimes we have to make those decisions and just go, yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't tell you last time I saw a feather. Maybe it's because I'm not looking for them, but I mean,
mm-hmm.
you're like, no, they're in my way. They're like, I see
yeah.
them all the time now, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy that day when that happened and I found the first feather, I went for a drive and I stopped at one of the beaches and I'd walked out to the water and because I do like water. It's kind of peaceful to me. And so walked down to the water, kind of waited for a minute and I was like emotional and I walked back in a straight line to where my flip-flops were, my, you know, slides. And I put some more stuff down and I literally turned right back around and walked in a straight line and another feather was there. So that feather was not there when I walked a straight line. I did not see that feather. You know what I mean? And then I turned around and the feather is there. And I was actually doing like a little Snapchat and I said, oh my gosh, this feather is right here in my path. Like sometimes you have to acknowledge stuff like that. You know what I mean? Or I had one float up in the water. I was by the peninsula.
Oh, God.
Which peas in that?
Water.
Listen, I wasn't in the water, but when I'm standing there and I see a feather floating in, you know, this big, beautiful body of water, and it comes right up to my feet. It washes up to my feet. I mean, come on now. That's cool. You can't, I mean, some people could if they want to be haters. I mean, I have my haters too, but I know that was for me.
Corey's hating on the water.
No, I was.
That water's beautiful, Corey. You should not hate on that water.
I'm not hating on that. I'm going to show you a picture of my nephew who found a feather.
Okay.
And what lake was that, babe? Like, was it
Higgins Lake?
Okay, so he finds this feather in Higgins Lake, and for some weird reason, he decides to put it in his mouth.
Oh yeah, see, no, that's not what we do.
And start.
Yeah, no.
Eating it.
No, we don't do that with feathers.
I have a whole video
that I have a
of
problem
it.
with.
Yeah, that. But you have a whole video.
There he is holding it.
Oh yeah, thumbs up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, you know how much pee is on that? And then he just like took it out of his mouth. And
yeah.
Like, yeah, that's probably not a good idea.
Yeah, I do pick them up, but I definitely don't handle them a lot. You know what I mean? Because I kind of agree with you on that. But listen, if, you know, my guardian angel or somebody wants me to have a sign, then I'm going to hang on to it. You know?
There you go.
I'd rather believe than not.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I mean, what's so bad about thinking that you got somebody to watch your back and they're giving you a sign to say, I got your back, girl. Keep your head up and keep pushing. There's nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah. And some people...
I mean, there's on lights again.
I don't know. That's just the computer going.
Oh, that was the computer. Okay.
Touch it.
See, now I'm all weirded out. But
sign.
yeah, it's a sign. But, I don't really concern myself too much with people hating on what I believe in. It's not my concern. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Another thing I wanted to bring up is, so during your time in transitional, and because you've brought it up to me, like throughout the times you were staying there, is obviously you're there with other women, several other women, some coming, some going. Like your experience overall, because you've seen people fall. And you've had to be around that. And you've seen people that have kind of done the same thing as you. They've had a plan and they've, not fewer than more, but, how did, like that whole experience, like did you?
I feel like that transitional housing, it's what you make of it. And really, there's so many benefits and resources that are available to someone that is in transitional housing. That's a shame that they don't take advantage that when they could. Whether it's counseling or, group counseling or just going to the meetings or having someone to bounce your things off of, helping you to have somewhere safe to stay and then be able to get a job and it's definitely a one of a kind opportunity that people should definitely take more advantage of, that they.
Because you created some pretty strong, relationships with some of the girls that, I mean, did you feel like you were kind of like a rock for them or like vice versa?
I mean,
in some cases, some
it depends.
days?
Yeah, it depends on the situation. And again, it's something that I really tried to, especially lately, because there's been pretty crazy there lately. And it's like you have to be, conscious of your recovery and you don't want to get too pulled in too deep where it's affecting you in a negative way, but you definitely can be there for other people and share stories and try to encourage them. Sometimes just seeing somebody else go through something and get through it can help. But definitely it's not easy. It's tough, all different walks of life, all different types of issues, and you have to realize that, and you have to be willing to accept other people, and try to make the best of it. And like I said, take advantage of it. Why would you not take advantage of all these resources that can help you get on your feet? That's the most important thing.
Yeah. And swinging back around to in any environment, and this is not just transitional housing.
Yeah.
Any environment and in your life is that, that positivity or negativity can be completely contagious.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you want to absorb, attitudes, and you pick up on stuff. You're around other people that are, they're doing well and they're sharing their experience, strength, and hope, and have a positivity and have a mindset of I can do this and let's do this, and almost like a teamwork kind of idea. But then it can go in that opposite direction, and you have to be mindful of and steering clear of that.
Absolutely, because that is catchy, and I'm not like I'm definitely a happy person, and I definitely try to be positive. I definitely have my moments because I'm human. Yeah. But my general philosophy in life is to try to, what's so wrong with trying to lift someone's mood? You know what I mean? Like, hey, I like your shoes, girl. Hey, I like the hat. Your team sucks if you're trying to, start a fight. You know what I mean? If they're from Ohio State, then, you want to pick on them. But yeah, it's definitely a situation where you can grow and learn, but you also have to learn when you have to step back and when it'll affect you negatively as well.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you literally are on the road. Like you are packed up.
I've packed up.
You are out the door.
I'm out the door. Yeah, I'll be driving overnight and tomorrow night, all night, and I'll be pulling into Winston-Salem, North Carolina by between 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock probably on Friday morning.
Nice.
To my new place.
So then you're gonna be going to meetings down there?
Yeah, I'm definitely looking into some of the local meetings, and I'm trying to just do some other things. I'm trying to look into recovery coaching and that kind of thing. And I do have some friends in recovery that are in that area as well. So it's definitely on the forefront. We got to, make sure we keep that, in check.
I'm gonna give you something you have to do. Oh, I need you.
Always with her.
I do.
Always.
But so it's not going to stop just because you're states away.
Right.
I want you to call me and tell me about your first meeting.
Okay.
When you go down there.
All right.
They'll
probably talk like this. They'll be like, "How y'all doing, girl?" Talk like this.
Look at the Michigan girl.
Yeah. There's that Yankee.
All right.
The Yankee's back.
You'll be the new shiny penny.
Yep. That Yankee's coming back to North Carolina. People, get ready.
Do you know how to talk like a Youper?
Oh, say yeah to the UPA.
Hey. See, that sounds bad.
That's what they say.
That's a bad.
Don't you know?
Hey, I'm here for the meeting. Don't you know?
Yeah.
Some say
I don't talk like that.
Addicted to the alcohols.
The alcohol there.
The alcohol there.
I'm in recovery. AF.
AF.
It's a tough accent.
You said AFA. That is a tough accent. That is a tough one. That's not one of my best.
What is your best accent?
I knew he was going to do that.
Yeah. I can do hello, love, pip, pip, cherry on all that rubbish. That's pretty good. No?
I mean, if I'm not, who am I?
I don't know.
To say that was bad.
Let me hear yours.
Which one?
Snap. Okay, what else can I do? We're going to have a competition now?
We can if you want to.
You want to?
I spent some time in the South.
Oh, he does the redneck.
Bless your heart.
No.
How y'all doing?
No, I got friends down there. My friend Kevin stays up in St. Louis, Missouri. He listens to 217 Recovery a lot. One day,
that was good.
Kevin, he scrolling on the internet on his phone there.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
He came across iHeartRadio app, and he got on there and he was like, "Man, I need some recovery today in my life." So he started punching in recovery podcasts. And we popped up on there along with some other ones that suck probably,
right?
Because he listened to ours and said, "I get those guys. I understand." So
that's impressive, sir.
I'm gonna email them.
Yeah, that's impressive.
And I was having a hard time with it too at that time because I was just like, "Oh, how is this working? Are people listening?" And
yeah.
I know my mom's listening.
Right, at least moms. You always got moms.
You always got mom listening.
Mom.
And so I'm like, well, if I do the show for my mom and one other person, hey, it's cool. But
right.
This guy reached out and he said, hey, man, I was looking for the podcast, looking for a recovery podcast.
Okay.
Yours popped up. Listen to it. Love it, man. Thank you. And appreciate what you do. And I was like, okay. Like, it doesn't matter if 10,000 people listen, 20,000 people. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The fact that people can find us when they're looking for us.
Right.
I was like, thanks, God. I was like, and Kevin emails me every time I start feeling some kind of way. And I'm like, oh, no, like, should I just have someone else do the podcast now? I mean, are they tired of listening to me ramble on about recovery? Or...
I mean, they might be tired of
haters, Rebecca haters.
But then Kevin, boom, sends me an email. Man, keep it up, bro.
Right.
And it sucks that you lost your other guys, And I'm like, yeah.
It's okay. Keep talking about the litter box. No, we don't want to hear about the cat litter box. No
it's right over there to your left.
I know.
I
know. I was not looking. I shouldn't even have brought it up.
Did you hear the podcast with George the other day?
I think I did.
You think you did? I thought you were an avid listener.
I am an avid listener, but sometimes things happen.
Well, you have many hours of driving that you can
catch up.
We have 222 hours of podcast material.
I do have to catch up some, yes, sir.
Yeah, George was in here, and George was like, "Yeah, I didn't even notice the litter box back there." And but I mean, he liked the studio.
It's nice.
I didn't have it Halloweened out for him.
Well, thank you for doing that for me. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I feel special.
But he was like, "Yeah, man, I like your studio a lot." And I used to tell when I was sitting on the couch and we had one microphone and I had to pass it back and forth between the guys, and
them were the days.
I said, I'm going to have my studio. I'm going to have a studio one day and it's going to be badass. And I mean, it's not like down in like a radio station or not, but I mean, it's pretty dope though.
It's pretty dope. Yeah, it's all right. I mean, I'm impressed. I'm definitely impressed.
It comes with a cat who likes to sleep during my podcast right on my feet.
She's
didn't
not
use
even
the litter box, so that's good for you.
I know, thank God.
See, I had to talk about it.
I know, I brought it up. I should have known better than
got
to
it
bring
up
it
in
up.
there, man.
Yep.
That's how I do it.
Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Bless your heart.
That's I don't really have accents.
Hi, y'all. How you doing?
But yeah, well, have a safe trip. Have